With memes, you're trading attention, and attention can be persistent, but mostly it's not. It lasts for a period of time and then it dies. And before you know it, you're holding the bag with a bunch of losses and you fucked up the cycle again. Please don't do that. I say it all the time. Friends of mine do it. Please, please, please keep your degen bag relatively low. Now, you might want to rebalance it if it does well, if you've chosen well, or you can keep running it. It depends. It's up to you. But again, just remember, don't overstay your welcome in the really risky stuff because you will end up losing money.
BitcoinZella stands out with its simplicity and clarity. We've crafted an experience that anyone can dive into, whether you're a crypto expert or just a new to the crypto world. Now, guess who keeps his eye on us? The author of best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. And we want to take this opportunity and thank all the people who trusted us, and we read every comment. And the best part, it's free. Subscribing now means you will get all new information for free. Don't just follow the trends, stay ahead of them. Subscribe to BitcoinZella today and enjoy the new edge. Raoul Pal breaks down the big picture driving markets and discusses his past crypto mistakes before sharing what we can do to capture this amazing opportunity.
And also, most of us, well, I'm going to talk about another thing. There's talking about the holdings and stuff and how to manage that risk. We talked about no leverage. Now, I've been in the hedge fund industry for 30 years. I know how to use leverage. And at the end of the last cycle, I thought there's a decent probability that Ethereum has another leg higher. Now, I was all in on Ethereum at this point. And so I bought some call options and I spent 5% of my entire holding on call options in case ETH exploded up towards 10,000. Now, that never ended up happening. I lost my 5%. 5% is nothing in a market that moves 5% in a day. So I was very happy with that bet. But on social media, people turned it into, I went irresponsibly long and leveraged long at the top in ETH and lost money. You see, social media, you can't trust anything. Everything that I do is fully recorded in Global Macro Investor and Real Vision Pro Macro. Anything else is just what you see on social media. You don't know what the truth is. But that was calculated leverage at the top and it didn't work out. That's exactly right. There's another something that went around about me that I had got everybody into Luna and I'd blown everybody up and just the bullshit online again. I'd never recommended it. I'd spoken about it in about 2 videos and explained where everybody cut it off that it is risk-free in terms of you will get the tokens as long as the token value holds up. And I explained that if you want to take the risk in this currency. But again, people on social media cut it up and made lies about me. But again, I have a recorded track record. It's one of the best in the world. I've been recording my track record for 20 years in Global Macro Investor. So there is always a source of truth. But those things also show how emotional this space is. People start following other people's ideas. Don't follow my ideas. I'm not a guru. I'm just here to help you think through it. I'm not here to tell you which coins you should have in your bag. I'm just saying be sensible about it. Don't put it all in to something that is unproven to outperform. I like to look at a chart to say, is it going to outperform Bitcoin? And if it looks like it's outperforming Bitcoin, then that's a decent bet. If it's not, then just hold Bitcoin. That's what I did with Ethereum when I got into Ethereum in 2022. That's what I did with Solana back in Ethereum back in 2020, Solana in 2022. I all look for the outperforming of Bitcoin. If not, just hold Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a phenomenally good asset. So just keep with that. A lot of people get stuck with previous cycle bags as well. So just be careful of your bias. Really, you should be a mercenary with your capital. You're in this game to try and make money. You're not in this to die for a community that you once believed in. So I urge you to do that.
Bitcoin is the world's most reflexive asset today. The United States Securities and Exchange Commission recently approved options for several Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETF. Once issued, these options lead to gamma squeezes, acting like reflexivity. Together, that's reflexivity squared, leading to unprecedented price movements. The launch of Spot Bitcoin ETF was already a landmark event for the financial world. In their first month, BlackRock's and Fidelity's Bitcoin ETF attracted unprecedented inflows, each accumulating $3 billion, setting records for ETF launches. That, however, was only the beginning. The true catalyst is the introduction of options trading on these ETF, which could significantly increase liquidity in the market. Financial markets are deeply influenced by human behavior. George Soros famously coined the concept of reflexivity to describe the circular relationship between perception and reality in financial markets. Bitcoin exemplifies this concept more than any other asset. As its price rises, the asset garners increasing attention, which leads to further investment, driving prices even higher. Prominent investors such as Jamie Dimon and Warren Buffett have criticized Bitcoin because of its reflexive nature. They have argued that it lacks intrinsic value because its price seems to move based on perception. But that is precisely the point. Bitcoin is the most reflexive asset because its supply is genuinely finite, more finite than precious metals or top-performing equities. The scarcity of Bitcoin is what makes it fundamentally valuable. Options trading on Bitcoin ETF adds a layer to Bitcoin's reflexive nature. Options give investors the right but not the obligation to buy or sell Bitcoin ETF at a predetermined price. When investors expect Bitcoin's price to rise, they purchase call options on the ETF. The institutions that sell these options are forced to hedge their exposure by buying Bitcoin or Bitcoin ETF, increasing demand for the underlying asset. This hedging process can create a feedback loop known as a gamma squeeze. As Bitcoin's price rises, option sellers must buy more of the asset to hedge their positions, increasing the cost. Like natural reflexivity, a gamma squeeze amplifies price movements, creating a self-reinforcing loop that can lead to significant price appreciation. Historically, Bitcoin advocates have pointed to its decreasing volatility across market cycles, suggesting that as adoption grows, Bitcoin may one day serve as a stable unit of measurement. In the near term, however, introducing options trading on Bitcoin ETF will likely reintroduce heightened volatility, offering both opportunities and risks.
Okay, the other thing here is self-custody. You see, exchanges can blow up. Now, we've got much bigger exchanges and they're super high quality. Coinbase and Kraken, etc. They've proven themselves over time. But generally, the magic of crypto is it's an asset we can self-custody. So that means nobody can take it away from you if something goes wrong. And I think that's one of the key use cases. Now, if you're new to crypto, don't worry about that yet. First buy your crypto, store it on an exchange, and then go out and buy something like a ledger device and figure out how to use that. That stores your pass key for your crypto in a safe and secure way, so nobody else can get access to it. But again, you need to be really careful where you store your seed phrase that gives access to that. But what it allows you to do is it becomes portable. So if you have to leave a country, have to move around, you can then hide the seed phrase, hide the ledger device, and you're in control of your own assets. That's a really key thing. Having been through the European crisis where they took all your money out of the banks, I think self-custody is incredibly important. You may not think so now, but one day it will be. People lost a lot of money holding it on FTX, for example. Again, that's the reason I like self-custody. Now, for those of you who have more tokens, then you get into a multi-sig world where you have multiple signatures, so nobody can move it without a consensus group of people agreeing to that. So that's the next stage forward, whether it's Gnosis or a number of others that allow you to do that. So those things are important. Don't lose your tokens.
Bitcoin's price flipped its recent high of $93,420 on November 20 after a breakout from an ascending triangle pattern. The bullish momentum carried over on November 21 as BTC reached a new all-time high of $98,288, with a 6% uptick over the past 24 hours. Bitcoin's current rally was fueled by increasing trading activity and the Bitcoin industrial complex. Eric Balchunas, a senior ETF analyst at Bloomberg, highlighted that the collective equities recorded over $50 billion in volume, a new all-time high. The Bitcoin industrial complex includes every TradFi equity and investment vehicle that can be affected by Bitcoin's price and vice versa. It includes publicly traded stocks of MicroStrategy, Coinbase, and various Bitcoin miners and ETF. However, it is a tradable investment vehicle on its own. Balkunas added that MicroStrategy's MSTR stock led most trading activity, recording $32 billion in trading volumes. On November 20, MSTR became the most traded stock in the U.S., beating the likes of TSL8 and NVDA for the first time in years. The positive sentiment around MSTR also stems from the organization's recent purchase of 51,780 BTC, or $4.6 billion, on November 18, which increased MicroStrategy's total holdings to 331,200 BTC. Charles Edwards, founder of Capriole Fund, also suggested Michael Saylor could buy another $3 billion in Bitcoin before November 22. Meanwhile, Bitcoin ETF also recorded a net positive flow of $773 million on November 20, increasing the total spot ETF inflows to $1.85 billion for the week. And do not forget to subscribe to BitcoinZella. The most important news will reach your inbox on a daily basis and for free. I do not know why you have not subscribed yet. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more daily updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and we're here to empower you on your financial journey. Until next time, happy investing.